Now, Tourette Syndrome is a debilitating and life-shattering condition that's believed to affect 1 in every 100 Australian children.
But there is new hope for sufferers with experimental procedures that are having extraordinary results and could be used for other conditions as well. Life with Tourette Syndrome is embarrassing, exhausting and unending.
I've been doing it for almost 8 years to get there. So it's due.
It's something James Rippon has lived with from childhood.
Every day for almost 2 months, I would go to the bathroom at recess or lunch, lock myself in a cubicle and just cry. It was to the point where it was just destroying me.
It looked like being a life sentence for James.
It's a milestone in my life. It's an achievement.
But look at him just hours after deep brain stimulation.
Yeah, I really have improved. I'm sure everyone out there would agree when I look at this video that the difference is huge.
It was the first time I was able to say a sentence without having a major tick in between.
There was about a 70% reduction in the symptoms. So I think his life has significantly changed as a consequence.
For me, fear wasn't an option. I just thought this is the last resort. If this doesn't work, this is as good as it gets. The last thought that went through my head was, if you wake up, it's done, everything will be different. And if you don't, at least you'll go peacefully, you know?
A small stimulator was inserted into James's chest to power 2 electrodes embedded in his brain.
But somehow this is blocking the circuit we think is important for producing these involuntary movements.
It can also be used to treat severe pain and Parkinson's disease. But for Tourette's, it's still in the experimental stage. Just 20 Australians have tried it. It comes with risks and at a high cost, but so far it works.
A lot of them showed significant improvement to the extent that we could stop their medication as well. Many patients said, yes, it's transformed my life.
And bringing hope that others can have their lives transformed as well.
Because I know, as a human being, I've got a lot of potential, and I see that person, and I see him having something that takes and limits all that potential.
Spot on. And we have James with us in the studio, along with neuropsychiatrist Professor Valsa Ippen from the University of New South Wales. Good morning to you both. So, James, talk to us about, your life living with Tourette's. I mean, how badly did it affect your ability to conduct yourself as a human being?
Before the operation, it got steadily worse up till the operation, and it was hard. Anyone who says living with Tourette's is easy is either delusional or lying. I suppose growing up in high school, I got bullied, but not as much as you think.
Yes.
No more than the fat kid got bullied for being fat or anything. But
sure.
By year 9, year 10, most of the kids had left me alone because they saw that I had potential. They saw I was, doing well in all my classes.
A good bloke and all that.
Yeah.
Were you working?
I'm not in high school. I work now full time.
Yeah,
I've worked since I was like 18 years old. I've always had a job.
And did your Tourette's manifest itself in the ways that we tend to generally think of, the sort of verbal and physical tics and things?
Yeah, I know that movie Juice Big Guy gives a really bad rap with the whole swearing. That's a very particular type of Tourette's.
Yes.
I don't have that.
Yes.
I don't think I'd be able to hold a job or do any of that stuff, but it just got so frequent and so aggressive that it was...
Right.
I was kind of like, getting towards the end of the ropes.
Yeah.
I mean, how amazing. I mean, deep brain stimulation has been around for, for quite a long time and certainly being used for Parkinson's disease and for others. Professor, it is looking really promising for Tourette's, but there are some side effects.
The main side effects are headache, confusion, could be personality change, but also wound infection is very common, and Tourette patients tend to pick on it or scratch, and so it's a particularly high proportion of patients would have infection. But you can also have, it's an invasive surgery.
Yes.
So
very invasive.
Very invasive.
Deep into the brain.
Yeah, so it would have brain infection as a complication. You can get fits or even stroke, and post-operatively occasionally, things can get.
I mean, they are all
difficult.
possibilities. In reality, how often do you get those complications?
In a way, if you look at the very extreme side effect, like a post-operative mortality, we are talking about somewhere between 2 and 4% in some cohorts, to 8 to 10 in other cohorts. But again, we are talking about Parkinson's patients who may be older and they may have other complications, and we can't really take that statistics onto someone with Tourette's who is having in an adult life without any other complications.
Right. James, what has the effect been on your life?
Yeah, it's definitely been positive. I mean, life is still life, but I guess it's made living with Tourette's easier, and it's kind of... my self-esteem wasn't great before the operation, I'll be honest, but since then it's kind of given me a bit of a sense of arrogance, not in a cocky way, but I don't sort of make time for people in my life who would judge me so quickly, like whether it's a new friend or a new girl I start seeing. I just am happy to cut people like that for my life, and I suppose now it kind of it drives me, it keeps me hungry. Like I've got I feel like I've got something to prove, and that's that even though I've got Tourette's, I'm gonna make it, and I'm destined for greatness, hopefully, anyway.
Well,
absolutely, James.
I can't see why not.
Yeah.
Professor and James, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, it's a fascinating area of study. We'd love to talk about it all day, but unfortunately we've got to move on.
And James, you are destined for greatness. Think about what you've done already.
Yeah, you're sitting next to Monique Wright.
Well, the Professor. Lovely to see you both. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Pleasure.
Thanks,
you.
Tony.
Now,